Hello. So I've written some code here that has a bug in it, so let's take a look at it. So we can see that we have a variable called year, and it is set equal to 2018. So this is an integer because we don't see the quotes, so we know it's just the number. So then we're printing the string it is plus that year. So we're expecting to see it is 2018 print out. So if we run this, we get an error message. And anytime you see an error message, ignore all the stuff at the top, just look at the last line or the second to last line. So we can see we have an error on this line, and it says must be string, not integer. So what's happening here? Basically what's happening is we have year, which I'm just going to rewrite as 2018 because that's what the variable holds right now. So we're trying to add a number to a string, and Python can't do that for us, at least not implicitly. So what we can do is make a lot of typos and then retype our variable name, and we can do a thing called parsing. So parsing is when you take a variable of a certain type, in this case it's an integer, and we want to convert it to a different type. So we want a string of 2018. We essentially want this because we can add a string to a string, so that's our goal. So the way we do this is by using a function. So we just use the function str, and we wrap the variable in parentheses. So just this is what we have. Highlighting, work with me. So this is now taking 2018 and it's changing it to this for us. That is what's happening in the background. So just make that look pretty again. So now if we run this, we can see that it is 2018 is printed out because we took the number, converted it to a string, added the strings together, and printed it all out. So you might think that, wow, if I have a lot of these variables, it's going to be hard to keep track of what type they are. So there's a little trick we can use, and if we use the type function, we can give it a variable, and we can give it year. Now if we run this, nothing happens because we didn't print it out. So I'll print out the type of year, and you can see it says class int because, you know, this is just a number. It is of type int. So if I did something like this, if I replaced year with 2018 as a string, then we can see class string print out. So that's how you parse a variable from one data type to another. And I just popped open the interactive shell so I can go through some examples to really hammer in the type function. So I'll make a couple of variables. So now I've made a string, a integer, a float, and a boolean, and I'll prove that to you now. So I'll say print the type, and then I'm going to put something in here, but first I'm going to copy this so I don't have to type it 1,000 times. So I'm going to print the type of name, and you can see string print out. So we'll do the same with the other variables. And lastly we have the boolean. So there we go, string, int, float, boolean. That all works fine. But what we can actually do is, instead of typing age in here, I can just directly type 20. I can just give it the data directly, and same thing, it'll still print that out. And lastly, I'll just show you that it still works for strings as well. So there you go, just some reinforcements. So thanks for watching, guys.